Hello, welcome in. So I'm coming to you live again because I am still in a hotel, and like I said, it would take hours for me to upload any kind of reading. So if you hear any background noise, I apologize in advance. I can't control that. They are doing some renovations to the hotel. That's been kind of going on for a year. They were starting them last fall when I came, or last winter. So anyway, let's get into this. So we've got a King of Cups, okay? Possibly a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but that was the first card that came out, and it's strong water energy. So we have a King of Cups that you've been dealing with. And as we know, the King of Cups, well, they don't always show their emotions. Okay, so this particular card, it's kind of funny. It's a penguin. So you'll see I have a penguin in the title of this video. He's cute, but he's got those little feet. And as we know, penguins take little steps. They can't take big steps, right? Cute. And also, look at those eyes. And you'll also notice there's a little cat down here. Okay, and the little cat's looking up, giving some attention and emotion to this King of Cups. And what came out next was the Knight, Knight of Pentacles. So this is one of my newer decks. It's a little travel deck. It's they call it a mixed bag. So there's basically tarot cards from like multiple different decks that I don't get to choose. It's just what shows up. What I kind of like though. So the Knight of Cups, as you can see, she's down here and she's got to get up here, right? So all these steps to get up to the top. And it takes a long time. But what came out next was the Empress. So it's funny because these are two, as you can see, they're two different tarot decks. But like I said, there's that little cat down there giving big eyes to the penguin. And now there's the Empress. So I'm talking to somebody that showed a lot of attention, gave a lot of emotion, gave a lot of love to a King of Cups, but that King of Cups didn't show anything back. And so over a period of time, I think you were always headed towards Empress status. And I think from time to time, each step you took, you kind of slowed down and you kept looking back at this guy, right? Hey there. Sorry, it's hard for me to see the chat. I'll try to look as I go. So anyway, I feel like somebody, even though they took these steps, they kept kind of waiting and looking back at this King of Cups, waiting to see if they would show them any emotion. And they didn't, right? But that's okay, because look, what's happening now is you have 4 people trying to get your attention. You're sitting up at the top of the mountain, but the King of Cups only had you. They didn't have anybody else. It was always you giving them attention. What happened was each time you tried to give them attention, they stabbed you. They never returned anything back to you. And what's interesting is you'll see she's reaching for that rose. Well, there's another card on the next row that came out, and I'll show you. And she's also got her hand on a sword. You had to pull one of those swords out of you. You eventually, after 10 swords, you got so sick of this person not returning anything back to you, not telling you that they liked you, that they wanted you, they cared about you. They didn't do 1 ounce of, emotion towards you. So you took that sword, you pulled one of them out. The 8 of Swords, you cut the blindfold off. You got tired of pretending that you didn't see that they weren't showing you anything. Here's the Star. So what you were doing is you were constantly going back, whether it was, going back to your bank account, whether it was going back to, your love bank, whatever it was, you kept having to go back and refill. But what happened is you kept pouring it back out. So you were constantly refilling yourself and constantly pouring it back into this King of Cups. And eventually, all those swords made you feel like you were sitting in a pool of your own tears, left with yourself to heal. And guess what? You started to slowly heal, whether you know it or not, because you were the Knight of Pentacles. You kept climbing up that mountain, and you may not have realized it because you kept stopping and you kept looking back, wondering, is this guy going to come forward? Because I think you knew deep down they had some emotion for you, like they liked you, they, maybe talked to you a little bit, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't matching you were giving them. So as we know, the Empress embodies all four queens. You had to come out and become the Queen of Swords. So this is where it gets interesting. You see how she's got the shears and she's cutting one of the roses off and there's a guy's face? Well, it's funny because in this particular deck, so they're two different decks, there she was. She kept reaching for that rose. And now she's like, I gotta cut you out. I'm sorry, dude. Like, I have to cut you out. I care about you. I wish I could be with you, but you're not giving me anything. And if I keep a dead rose, you're going to ruin the rest, right? Because look, there's the Empress with all those people looking at you, right? There's the rest of the bush. Okay, so you had to get real and you had to cut this person out. The Hanged Man. And it's funny because this particular Hanged Man, the first thought I thought of is with all this, that's like saging somebody out, right? Whether you realized it or not, you got so tired from the Ten of Swords, you saged them out, you were done. And you took a different look at the situation because you realized it was confusion. Seven of Cups. See, there you are at the beach, right? This is the shallow end. Look at all those people. It's all shallow. Nobody's really interacting with anybody, and then there's this one person way out here in the depth, right? And that's what happens when you expand, right? An Empress is all about expansion. It's all about growth, embodying all the queens. Well, it's lonely at the top there, right? It takes a long road, but it's lonely up there. It's not lonely until you find somebody who's willing to climb that mountain to be with you. So then we come to the Two of Wands. So this is interesting too to me from this particular tarot deck. With the Two of Wands, that's two choices, right? It's which path are you going to go? So I think this person is, because he's in shock that he's seeing you gradually climb up to Empress status where you're having this glow up. You've had to cut him out. And now they're like, sitting there and they're kind of feeling it, right? They're feeling the energy being pulled away. What's interesting is on this card, you have all the signs, all the zodiac signs. And with these two wands, the first wand is around the Pisces. So I think this started to really kick in with this person during Pisces season. But the next wand is on the Taurus symbol. So Taurus season runs through May 20th. And I feel like this person needs to come to a decision on, are they going to come forward? Are they going to actually say something to you? Are they going to take a step and be able to climb that mountain to meet you up at Empress? Nothing wrong with being a king, but you're not an emperor, right? So an Empress is like, are you going to take the steps that I did? And are you going to come towards me like I had to take the step to cut you out? And I think this person has until May 20th, where I think between now and May 20th, they're going to have to make that decision on which path they're going to go. Are they going to stay with the Three of Swords? Look how lonely it is sitting out there, right? In separation, you've had to cut them out. You don't talk to them anymore. You're not their entourage. You're not giving them the emotion that they're used to. Now you have people looking at you. And now it's like, okay, well, am I going to stay in separation, or am I going to step it up with the Eight of Pentacles, right? Am I going to put work into this? Am I going to up my standards? Look at, I mean, I'm sorry, but a penguin's cute, but that's a lot of steps, little steps that they got to start stepping on to catch up to you. So they've got two choices. Which path are they going to take? Because with the Ace of Swords, you see the light beam coming into this, where the stairwell is of the brain. When you see a truth, you can't unsee it. So it was like you couldn't unsee what this person was doing. Now they can't unsee that you've had a glow up. So it's, am I going to sit or am I going to go? What am I going to do? Because now I can't unsee this. They have the Six of Swords on the side. So Six of Swords is all about moving on, transitioning, getting out of choppy waters, going into calmer waters. It's on the side. So this person's like, well, I don't know. I feel kind of uncomfortable because, there's the trees. I can't see. Is it really, if I transition, if I make myself uncomfortable and go towards this Empress now, is it going to work out for me? So they're caught up in their head. They're stuck, right? What are they going to do? Are they going to stay in uncomfortable waters, or are they going to make it through the forest, right? Not every turn we take or door we open, are we going to know what's on the other side? No, we don't always know, right? That's the beauty of going with the flow, going somewhere different. And if it doesn't work out, great. At least you tried. This person's like, I don't know if I want to try. Well, now we have Justice that comes out. I don't know about you, but that owl looks pretty serious. Like, the owl is full of wisdom, right? Owls are the ones that can hear and see things all around them. And now it's, okay, here's the karma. Which way are you going to go? There's the scales. Are you going to come correct? Are you going to get out of your fears? And are you going to move towards this Empress? This person is stuck. And it's funny because I keep going back to the eyes. They're like a deer in headlights, right? I mean, they're a king, but they're not an emperor. And so I wanted to know more about the Justice, right? Because it's like karma, you reap what you sow. So if you don't do anything, then you stay where you are. If you take the step to move forward, then possibly you can be with this Empress and move all these other people away that are eyeballing you now, right? Because you're looking good. You're busy. You're looking good. You're glowing up. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who is in a 10 of Pentacles status, okay? So you probably have a great career. You could be starting your own business, side hustle. You have a great community of support around you. The only thing you're missing really is love. And that's why you were looking at this person, because you felt a connection with them. But everything else in your life is growing. But this person, so when I clarified Justice to get a little bit more about that, the Devil came out. So like I said, with the Six of Swords, they were kind of stuck thinking, well, I feel safer where I'm at because it feels comfortable to me. Well, it's the devilish thoughts, right? Because they don't know. They feel like where they are is comfortable. If they move forward, then they don't know where they're going. They don't know where it's going to end up with you, because now here you've had a glow up. You used to give them the emotion and support. You used to be the one keeping the connection going while they just kind of sat there and enjoyed and soaked it up. Now you've cut them off. You're up on a different level. Like, you've expanded. You're on a different timeline. And now this person has a lot of work to catch up to your timeline. The Five of Pentacles. So it's like they're kind of like scared to let it go, to where you did. You said, you were not afraid to get out of your devil. Your devil was the fact that you kept pouring everything into that person, and you had to face your devil and say, wait a minute, is this fair? Is this person, when are they gonna like show me something? And so also the Knight of Cups came out on the side. So upright, it's like, I'm going to take action. I'm going to take action towards you. I'm going to, ask you out. I'm going to give you the attention you used to give me. Well, there it is on the side. So both the moving on to calmer waters with you and actually showing you love and asking you to go out, actually taking the action, is both on the side. So it's in limbo. So this person doesn't know what they want to do, but I will tell you this, they are completely threatened by the fact that everything in your life is amazing right now, right? You've done everything on your own. The only thing you're missing is that love, that main connection, that person. And it could be this person if they would, get up off their butt. But again, like I said, Taurus season is still until May 20th. So this is a realization that's going on for this person right now. So it'll be interesting. This will be a to be continued because we just got into Taurus season. So like I said, you've got almost, what is it? We're at the end of it. So yeah, another few weeks. It'll be interesting to see if this person actually makes the decision to take that path and to transition on and get off of the throne that they are on and take it to the next level and climb the steps you did. It wasn't easy for you to do what you had to do. It sucks when you care about somebody and you see something in them that obviously they're not seeing in themselves. But everybody has free will. And right now, this is where it comes to, okay, are they going to do what it takes? Are they going to do the right thing? We shall see. So that's what I have for you. Much love and light. I will talk to you soon.